Hi guys, welcome to the session. Today we are going to cover one of the important text function in Power BI. It is known as all function. Okay, and there are some two other similar functions, all except and all select. We'll cover that as well. So before going into all function, okay, we need to understand why we need all function. Okay, what are those use cases? So first look into a problem. Okay, and we'll see how calculate function and all function help us in solving that issue that we face. So this is our data set that we are going to use for our use case today. So let's go through the data once because the understanding of the data is very important. So this is order level data. By order level, what I means that each row depicts a single order. So the first column here is the sheet mode. So they have four different types of sheet mode: first class, second class, same day, or standard class. Then the next three column is title, first name, and last name, which basically a customer information. Then they have a segment column. It depicts which type of customer segment this particular customer belongs to. So we have consumer, corporate, and home. The first order was delivered to a consumer segment. Okay. Then country, which country this orders was placed from, then corresponding region, and category. So each product have been categorized into a different three different categories, that is furniture, office supply, and technology. So the first order comes under the technology segment. The next column is subcategory. Subcategory is a segment of subset of category column. Here we have much more items, okay, under which the an order is classified. The next column is sales, okay, how much revenue the company has generated from this order. Okay, so from the first order the company has generated 221 rupees. Okay, and there are some other columns, but these are not useful for our analysis, so I'm not going into it. So let's go to Power BI now. Okay, so we have to first load this data to Power BI. Okay, so for loading this data you have to go home, get data, and click on Excel. And this is my data set. Okay, so I will attach this data in the description section of these videos so that you can download this data set and practice it your own if you wish to. So this is our data. This is the same thing that I show in a Excel file. Okay, if I click on load, this data will be loaded to Power BI. Okay, or I can click on transform data. I will use transform data when I want to do transformation in the data before using it. So in our current use case I don't need any transform data, so I will directly clicking on load. Okay, but here I have already downloaded this, loaded this data to Power BI, so I'm clicking on cancel. Okay, so if you come here, so this data is already loaded in Power BI. Okay, so here we see all the fields we have here. If you go to data view, you can see the same fields that we were seeing in Excel as well. Okay, okay, so let's first create our table visual to understand the scenarios that where this all function is very handy. So I'm using clicking on this table visuals. Here I will get want to have the split of sales by categories. So let's first drag sales, then category. Okay, here I got the desired output. Okay, let's increase the font size of this visual so that it's visible to you in your screen. So let me quickly do that. Column header, let's make it 15, and values as well. Let's make it 15. Okay, now it's legible. So guys, here I'm getting the bifurcation of sales based on category. Let's add one other column here, and there I want to get the total sales. Okay, and that is this number. I don't want to get this split of sales. Okay, so let me create a new measure for that, and it won't work, but I'm telling you in advance it won't work, and we'll see why it's not working. So I'm creating a new measures. Okay, let's name it total sales. Okay, so I will use calculate function. Okay, let's not use calculate function for now. Let's use the sum function. Okay, and what I want to show here, the sum of sales. Okay, so our measure is ready now. Okay, let's drag this measure to visual. Okay, you see, do you find it surprising? I wanted to have total sales here, that is 1.1 crore, but it is still giving me the split of sales, that is for furniture, office supply and technology. It is giving me the sales of individual category, and I don't want it. Okay, but this, because of this feature of Power BI, which filters the data based on the row level context. Okay, by row level context I mean these filters. Okay, so let's see how can we overcome it. So there's an important property of calculate function. Okay, whatever you supply in the filtering argument of calculate function, okay, it case of conflict, the condition which is part of the filter condition of Power BI, filtering condition of calculate function, it will get priority. Okay, so let's see how it works. So I'm creating a new measure again for total sales. Let's not do it for total sales, let's do for furniture to understand the concept. Total sales furniture. Okay, and let's use calculate functions. Okay, so the calculate functions had two argument. Okay, first expression and then filter. In expression part you will write the arithmetic, okay, that you want to do, like sum, count, and so on and so on. And filtering condition, you will apply a filter. Let's say here I will apply a filter category equal to furniture. So let's start. Take the sum of, I want to calculate the sum of sales, and I want to do it for furniture, and furniture is part of the category. So let's write category here. Okay, and category equal to furniture. Okay, so guys, whatever filtering condition I will supply here, in case of conflict with these filters, this filtering condition will be get priority. It is an important feature of calculate function. Okay, so let's see how this feature works. So this is my newly created measure. Let's track it here. Do you find it surprising? You see, everywhere it is showing the sales of furniture only. So in the first row, it's showing the filtering condition based on row level, and filtering condition here is same. Okay, so it is giving me the sales of furniture. But here the filtering, here I'm trying to filter for furniture, but here I'm trying to filter for office supply. So in ideal scenario should have given me a null value, but here it is honoring the filtering condition which I have supplied here, because it is part of calculate function. So this is a very important property of calculate function. Okay guys, so let's say I want to calculate that total sales. So what I will do in this filtering condition of calculate function, I will supply all the possible values of categories. Okay, and then since it is considering all these possible value, it will give me total sales. So let's do it guys. And guys, you have to use in function because you want to supply multiple condition here, and whenever you use in function you have to use curly braces like this. Okay, okay, so my formula is ready now. This is my formula. Let's hit enter. Let's not change the name of this measure, let's keep it as in as it is. Okay, so you see it is showing me the total sales. Okay, the row level filter is not working now. Okay, so this is how you can use this important feature of calculate function to get the output in such scenarios. But guys, look at here, I have just three categories. That's why I was able to write. Let's say I have hundreds of such categories. So writing those such number of times, okay, it's very Inconvenient for me. Okay, so in such a scenarios, all function comes very handy. So let's go to the definition of all functions. So here's my all function. So it returns all the rows in a table on all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that have been applied. Okay, and we rarely use all function in isolation. Okay, we use together with other function like calculate function. Okay, so you can say all function, instead of adding a filtering condition, it removes it. Okay, and there here is a note, instead of adding filter context, all removes it. This is often used when you need unfiltered value, like in our scenario that won't reach to changes in a filter context. So let's say right now I'm trying to calculate the total sales percentages. In such scenarios I will be needing all function. Okay, it comes very handy. So let's go to Power BI now and use all functions. So I will repeat the same process here. Okay, now, but instead of giving this long formula here, I will use all function directly. So create a new measure again, use all function. I will name it all sales. Okay, so still I will use the calculate function. Okay, the everything will remain same, just in filter condition I will use all function. Okay, so again sum of sales, and here I will use all function. Okay, if you go by the description of all function, it says return all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filter that might have been applied. Okay, and I want to remove the filter on which column? Category column. Okay, so I want to supply all the values of category. That's why I'm giving category here. Okay, and now I will hit enter. So my measure is ready now. Now I will drag in here. Okay guys, so we are getting the same output as earlier. Okay, but here it is much more convenient. This don't confused by this measure name, it is total sales only. We, because since earlier we are calculating the sales for furniture and I didn't change it, that's why it is misleading. Okay, it is total sales only. So you see I'm getting the same values. Let's change it. Total sales 1. Okay, so guys, this is how all functions works. Okay, that is when we wanted unfiltered values in such a scenarios, we use all function. Let's now look into two other similar function, all selected and all accept. First let's look into all selected. So I'm opening a new sheet here. All versus all selected. Okay, so again let's copy this one only, and then we remove all unnecessary measures. Okay, so this is not useful for me, this is not useful for me, and this is also not useful for me. So I need just all sales, that is the sales I have generated using just all function. Now let's see what is all selected. So I will keep everything as it is. Okay, but in just here in case of all function I will use all select. Okay, and we'll see what happens. So I am creating a new measure and I will name it all selected cells. Okay, again I will use calculate function. Again, I want to get the sum of cells. Okay, but here I will use all select. Okay, instead of all all selected instead of all function. And if you go by the description of this function, let's check the description. Return all the rows in a table or all the values in a column, ignoring any filters that might have been applied inside the query, but keeping the filter that come from outside. So the last sentence is the actual difference between the all function and non-selected function, and we'll see what does it means. Okay, so inside all selected I will again supply category. Okay, because we want to compare it with all function, and in case of all function I have supplied category only. So let's drag the newly created visuals now. Guys, you see I'm getting the same output as previously that I had generated using all function. Okay, so why I need all selected function? So to understand the difference, so whatever filter is coming from inside, okay, that is a row level, it will remove the impact of it, but the same filter it is coming from outside, it will honor it. Okay, so by outside I mean let's create a slicer to understand it, and here I will insert categories. So see the same thing. Okay, I have category here, category here. Here it is part of the same visual. Okay, as in all selected, and this is a different visual. Okay, let's let's filter for office supply. You see now these values are getting filtered because office supply filter is coming from outside. Okay, outside of this filter, but all is as it is. Okay, it is not honoring this filter because in I have used this all in the filtering condition of calculate function, but it is honoring this office supply filter because it is coming from outside. So this is the basic difference between all and all selected. Similarly, if I apply technology filter here, you see it is getting filter. It is giving the data just for technology. Okay, while all function is still giving us the value for overall sales. So this is the difference between all and all selected. Let's look into now all except. Okay, so I will create a new page again. I will copy this visual. Okay, so let's remove all selected here because we want to use all function as a reference to understand all except. So guys, in case of all except, what happens, it will honor all the filtering condition except what we have provided inside the functions. Okay, so let's create a new method again. I will name it all except sales, and again I will use the same function, calculate function. Everything remains same, just in this filtering part I will use all except instead of all. Okay, so again I want to calculate the sum of sales. Okay, but here I will use all except. So if you go by the description, all except say return all the rows in a table except for those rows that are affected by the specified column filters. Okay, and here the syntax a bit different. Here I have to compulsory apply a table name. So my I have only one table, that is superstore, and the superstore I want to use category column. Okay, so this is my formula. Well, let's drag in all except. So guys, you see all except is not working here. Okay, it is honoring these filters. Okay, because here in this condition we have said that all don't honor any filter except this category filter. That's why it is honoring the this category filter. But if I apply any filter other than these, okay, it won't honor it. So let's again create a slicer, and here I will use some other filter. Let's say ship mode. Okay, so we have four different types of ship mode: first class, same day, second class, standard. Let's increase the font size of it. If you use same day, you see all except function, it is not changing, while all this is filtering the data for same day ship mode. Simply if you use first class, it will remain as it is. Okay, so this is the all except function. Okay, it will honor just these category filters. Okay, other than this it won't be impacted by any other columns. If you use, let's say use some other columns now, let's say order priority. Okay, so we have three different types of order priority: critical, high, and medium. Let's increase the font size so that it's visible to you guys. You're applying any filter and it is getting impacted because here we have all say all functions, okay, to get impacted by just categories. Okay, not any other column. Okay, just give us the unfiltered data in case of categories. Okay, that's why all is getting impacted by any other fields like order parity and ship mode. But in case of all except, we have said just don't get affected by um, just get affected by category and don't get affected by any other column. Okay, any other field. That's why it's not getting impacted. So this is guys the basic difference between all selected and all except. Okay, so I hope guys you have enjoyed this video.